Hello viewers and welcome to New Zim TV. I am Makanaka Masenyama. Stories making the headlines. MDC pours cold water on claims it wants a government of national unit. In the courts, Mnangagwa ally charged with corruption denied bail. In business, low salaries hits market demand. In sports, Rudone Shamba shines on Mighty Warriors return. Now for the news in greater detail. The country's main opposition party, the MDC, has rejected claims it is pushing for another government of national unity. Addressing a press conference to mark a year after last year's disputed elections, party spokesperson Daniel Molokeli said instead the MDC is looking at mobilizing Zimbabweans to engage in lawful civil protests aimed at pressuring President Emmerson Mnangagwa to call for what he said is genuine dialogue.
We are very clear that Section 59 of the Constitution allows us to demonstrate and present petitions in a very peaceful manner. We are going to take advantage of our own Constitution as law-abiding citizens in this country. So we are very clear on that one. The debate whether we'll be successful or not, I don't think is something that we can discuss. It's mere speculation. But what we know is that there is a standing Congress resolution, and under our roadmap process, we are definitely going to apply pressure. There is no debate. We are clear. We are going to apply pressure. How? You will see the details.
Speaking at the same press briefing, Party Secretary for International Relations, Gladys Hlachwayo, said the MDC has since written to Regional Power Bloc, SADC, and the African Union, alerting the two bodies of the danger posed by Zimbabwe's continued turmoil.
We dispatched a delegation to go and sit with regional leaders and share with them the situation in Zimbabwe. Like I indicated, we think that it's a threat to security in the region, and regional leaders must be able to intervene. And I think we got positive results.
Led by Nelson Chamisa, the MDC has refused to recognize Mnangagwa as legitimate leader of the country, despite a constitutional court ruling confirming the ZANU-PF president as popularly elected. President Emmerson Mnangagwa's current anti-corruption crusade that has netted Tourism Minister Priska Mfumira and a senior bureaucrat in the office of the president and cabinet is nothing but a symptom of factional fights in ZANU-PF, the opposition MDC has said. According to MDC spokesperson Daniel Molokeli, Mfumira is a victim of fresh fissures in the ruling party.
The current clampdown that we have seen is clearly another factionalized approach. It's very selective in terms of the victimization of the people that are being arrested. It's an internal process of ZANU-PF in terms of resolving their own leadership issues.
Mfumira was arrested last week by a recently empowered Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption Commission on charges of having fleeced National Social Security Authority millions during her tenure as Public Service Minister. Mnangagwa has declared a zero tolerance to corruption, dissolved the old Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption Commission in January before appointing High Court Judge Justice Lois Matandamoyo along with 8 others to lead the new drive. Meanwhile, another top government figure, Environment Ministry Permanent Secretary Munesu Munodawafa, was early Wednesday called in for questioning by the Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption Commission in what authorities said it was not in arrest. According to Information Ministry Permanent Secretary Nick Mangwana, Munodawafa is a witness in what he called a high-profile case already before the courts. However, top sources at the Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption Commission told NewZimbabwe.com that Munodawafa has his own problems and is likely to be arrested soon. Unconfirmed sources said the Tourism Permanent Secretary had been released late Wednesday after the grilling. In the courts, Director for Policy Implementation and Monitoring Douglas Tapfuma, who was arrested on charges of criminal abuse of office by the Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption Commission, appeared in court Wednesday and was denied bail. Tapfuma, a former director of state residences and a top President Emmerson Mnangagwa confidante, is accused of buying dozens of cars and bringing them into the country duty-free using his position. Senior Regional Magistrate Hosea Mujaya denied Tafuma bail. The top civil servant will return to court on August 15. While prices of basic commodities continue to rise, industrialists have indicated that demand remains heavily suppressed due to poor salaries. From fast-moving consumer goods to the property market, captains of industry, including the Confederation of Zimbabwe Industries, told NewZimbabwe.com that there is little cheer in Zimbabwe's economy, despite government claiming its austerity measures will begin to bear fruit soon. Early this week, the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe released statistics showing the exports dropped 6%, while imports rose by $88 million in the past 30 days. Zimbabwe's business environment has also been negatively affected by crippling power outages that look set to continue with an 18-hour load shedding schedule currently underway. Fuel shortages continue, but the price of the precious liquid has gone up 3 times in July alone and 6 times in the past half year, with a shocking domino effect on prices of fast-moving consumer goods in particular. With inflation surging to 175%, according to official figures, no company, including government, has adjusted salaries to match these levels.
Many people have been asking me how did I manage it, because they could see that everything was there, everything was just happening, things were being paid. So I've told people that it was through Diaspora Funeral Cash Plan. So I would advise everyone to join this Diaspora Funeral Cash Plan. Their policy is good because it took all the weight off my shoulders.
We end with sports. Zimbabwe national women's football team striker Rodone Shamba made a fairy tale return to international football after scoring a hat-trick as the Mighty Warriors got their COSAFA Women Championships campaign off to a flying start with an emphatic 4-1 win over Angola in Port Elizabeth, South Africa on Wednesday. Neshamba last featured for the national team at the Rio Olympics Games in 2016 before being sidelined by a career-threatening injury. The striker contemplated quitting the sport due to the injury, but after a successful surgery in 2017, the striker, who is now a mother of 1, returned to competitive football last year when she joined local league side Harare City Queens. Reporting for NewZimbabwe.com, I am Makanaka Masenyama. For this and more stories, visit our website www.newzimbabwe.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Newzim TV.